Hello, today we're going to talk about weld inspection and primarily how we communicate that through symbols on a drawing. We've already done a pretty big inspection video in the theory class. You can go to that class and review that. This is going to be more related to welding symbols or how we put inspection symbols into a welding symbol or in the format of a welding symbol. So just to backtrack a little bit, so what's the purpose of inspection and testing? Well, it's done to ensure the code standards and specifications are being met and to ensure that welds meet the design standards and that the weld will satisfy the operating conditions. And the inspection and testing is going to be either destructive or non-destructive. Destructive testing destroys the part. Not done a lot in industry, it's done a lot in certification, but not in industry. We don't want to destroy the parts we're making to sell. We want to sell them. So we do a lot of non-destructive examination, which is NDE. So what are the types of NDE? There is VT, which is visual inspection. There's MT, which is mag particle inspection. There's PT, which is dye penetrant testing. There's UT, which is ultrasonic testing. There's RT, which is radiographic testing or X-ray. These are the common ones. We're just going to stick with these today. There are others, but these are what we're going to be exposed to in our careers mostly. So visual, the most common form of inspection. It should be done on everything we do, and we also need to realize that it's not just post-weld we do visual inspection. We should be doing visual inspection pre-weld. Are the plates clean? Is the fit up right? Do I have big gaps somewhere? Visual inspection isn't just for the finished weld, it's for every part of the fabrication process. So we should be doing it all the time. It's cheap, it's fast. Mag particle used for surface issues, same with dye penetrant. They find similar things. They have different ways of doing it. Dye pen you can do anywhere. It's messy. Mag particle isn't as messy, but it's a little bit harder to do. Only defects open to the surface. Mag particle slightly subsurface, but if the best day ever is going to be 1/8 of an inch deep. UT we can see through the whole weld. RT we can see through the whole weld. Both great processes. You'll see them around. Focus. Okay. So let's talk about how this stuff works with welding symbols. They look just, we communicate this stuff just like weld symbols. And how that's going to be is just like that. And what that's telling us is I'm going to do visual inspection on the arrow side of something because I'm below the line of arrow side. I can do that and say I'm going to do visual inspection all the way around something, just like a weld symbol. I could do VT on one side. I could do penetrant testing on the other. So we do have arrow side and other side significance here. Or if I'm doing a process that is going to be through the weld, like radiographic testing, you can't arrow side or other side or radiographic testing. You're taking a picture of the whole weld. So it will actually go in the middle of the line. It's really simple. We call it just like weld symbols. Instead of calling out I want to fillet weld here or I want to groove weld here, I'm saying I want radiographic testing on this weld. Usually, and this is real common, usually it's not just one thing. There's no reason to do radiographic testing if I'm not going to do visual inspection on it first. So, or any of them really. There's no reason to bring out the mag guy if I can see flaws with the naked eye. So it'll be VT and MT. That means I'm going to do visual and mag particle. Make a plus sign. I'm going to do visual inspection first, and then I'm going to do dye penetrant testing. And out here in the notes, there's tail just like a weld symbol. You can put notes out here, all kinds of stuff. Let's see. This is going to be a pretty quick one. We can also dimension these just like we dimension weld symbols. If I've got a number following whatever it is, let's say I'm going to do MT 8. That means I'm going to do 8 inches. Or If the Princeton metric is going to be centimeters, but that means I'm going to do 8 inches of testing on that. More often, if they want to tell you how much, it's not going to be a length, it's going to be a percentage. What that means is 50% of those welds are going to get mag particle. If this is pointing at a weld that's 2 feet long, I'm going to mag particle a foot of it. Some contracts, you'll do 100%, that's pretty rare. It'll be 100% on like the first 2 you build, and then it'll be a percentage thereafter. Really not a whole lot else. This is pretty simple. One thing to say is that a lot of places you won't ever see these symbols. They'll have their own process for doing whatever kind of weld inspection they do. This is not real common to see on most shop drawings. A lot of places you'll work, they'll do 100% visual inspection of everything they put out of the shop, and they won't do anything with this on the drawing because it'll be covered through their standard operating procedures or through a specification on the print or in the contract. It's just, oh yeah, we look at every weld. Somebody inspects every weld. The lead guy, the foreman, somebody inspects every weld. They won't put any of this. It saves a lot of time because otherwise it really clutters up a drawing. If everywhere you've got a weld, you've got to do this. You got to do visual inspection on everything. There's no need for that. If we're going to do visual inspection on everything, we'll just do visual inspection on everything and leave the symbols out of it. Anyway, the book does a pretty good job of explaining this. Go through the book, go through the PowerPoint. If you have any questions on this, find us online, find us in the lab. We'll talk to you later.